long project. It's a pocket shawl. And yes, my Harmony hooded pocket shawl is going to be my next tutorial. So pretty excited about it. And I started the videoing process this morning. And I thought while I'm working, because of these next few rows are all going to be the same, back loop only half double crochets, I'm making it with this beautiful yarn. It's Roll With It Melange, and I think it's called Catwalk, something like that. So welcome. And I'm just going to go live while I'm working on 4 rows of this back loop only half double crochet. I'm filming a tutorial at the moment for my shawl, but when there's a lot of repeat rows, I just go away and work on it and then go back as people, as the next step approaches and explain what we're doing, right? So right now I'm busy working on these. Get rid of this stuff and then I can put my hand up here and I can sit closer. So yeah, say hi, introduce yourself. I'm just working on, it's called my Harmony Hooded Pocket Shawl, and I made it in a brighter color. It's already on my blog, the free pattern, but people have requested that I make a video tutorial. So I thought that I would do that, and seeing as there's such long rows and it takes such a long time to do stuff, I thought, well, that's a great project to be doing in live as well, when I can talk to people and we can just share what's been going on. I'm currently house sitting and dog sitting right now, so if you hear any barking, it's because a delivery's coming to the door or the dog's heard something outside. It's a little Dachshund and she's very, very apt to bark. I'll show her you in a minute if you want to. Yes, and I hope, oh, hi Debbie, nice to see you. I think you're the Debbie I know. I have chatted with a Debbie before. If it's not you, I'm sorry. And if you're one of the people that live in the places where they're getting these terrible snowstorms, let me know. We have such mild weather right now here on the West Coast. I'm about 30 miles from Vancouver, inland. And it's got cold here in the last few days, but not cold, like really cold. Hi, Revenant. I think I've spoken to you before, for sure. So I'm working on the Harmony Hooded Pocket Shawl tutorial that I'm doing for my video channel, for my channel here. Of course, it's happening in left-handed, and then what I do is I turn it into a right-handed. I can rotate the video and make it into a right-handed video. Somebody was requesting this, and then I shared my yarn this morning in a reel and said, should I make something? I was tempted to start something different, but I thought, no, seeing as somebody kindly asked if I would do the video tutorial for this shawl, I thought I will share it. I think maybe Amazon are pulling up and the dogs are gonna bark. Yeah, excuse them barking. Yeah. They're terrible. Oh, it's you. Good. Oh yeah, it's you that I have spoken to before, from Virginia. And the snow and ice storms are terrible. We have had snow and ice storms here in the past, and the ice storms are the worst. Goldie. Well, the lady next door downstairs has gone out. At least when I'm at home, I don't have dogs interrupting. I have my cats, but they're quiet. And I'm loving it because the new colors are starting to come in. That's what I really like about cakes, is the way the colors change. Goldie, come here. She feels she's guarding the neighborhood. there's two dogs you can hear by the barks. There's a deep barker and a high barker. The high barker is a dachshund. Little monkeys. But I'm looking after their dogs because the owners have gone on holidays, so that's nice for them. Yeah, so I'm really liking it with this light color coming in. Hi, Mrs. Morrison. Amigurumi and scarves, blankets, corsets, and some clothes. What should I make next? Well, I am making, it's called the Harmony Hooded Pocket Shawl. You can find it on my blog, the free pattern. It's also in Ravelry and on Etsy. It's quite a good seller, the pattern on Etsy, but it is free on my blog if you can deal with the adverts on there. And somebody requested that I make a tutorial. But if you're looking for some clothing, Mrs. Morrison, I do have quite a few. I think I have two cardigans on here. And the Happy Hippie sweater, the simple sweater. So those are my sweaters that I have tutorials for. And I have other sweaters and cardigans that are on my blog that are free patterns, but I haven't got them all. Goldie, don't be noisy. So yeah, either if you want to make something quick and easy, or if you want to make a garment. But these rows, there's 169 chains to start this, so they take a long time to do a row. Yes, you see, look at this one. Very beautiful. Kind of muted, but got some nice colors in there. Yes, it's very beautiful. You want something challenging? Well, I do have bralettes. Have you made any bralettes? I've got bralettes and shorts. I've got one short pattern that's is a tutorial, and the other is just on my blog. If you go onto my blog at carrowaycrochet.com, if you're comfortable with patterns, you can just type into the search box shorts or cardigans or bralettes, something like that. Or if you want dishcloths or whatever, blankets, I have baby blankets. Type them in there, and you will the things that it will open up the searches, the answers to the searches. Because on my home page, there's pictures, but they don't have all the things on. It doesn't go far back enough. Like I have, you know, a lot of different patterns that don't show up on the home page. But if you go in shorts, then I have the Bella Bee shorts, or the shell shorts, or the retro hippie shorts. And for bralettes, I have about 5 or 6 different bralette patterns that are all different, right? So it depends what you want to be making. I have the slippers, the crochet slippers. I don't know if you've ever made those. And there is a tutorial for them on here. Do you prefer tutorials or patterns? Yeah, corsets. I guess I sort of have corsets, but not ones that do up at the front. And you're still working on your corner-to-corner blanket. But it sounds like, I love that color, Bitty Stripes. The last skein, and then you start decreasing. That's always an exciting time. This morning, I decided that after I've got this tutorial done, I'm going to make a pair of bell-bottom leg warmers, the flared ones, because I've got a plain straight leg warmers. I've got the tutorial up here, actually. And all my tutorials are left and right-handed, but I'm going to make some funky ones, yeah, to go with like my Happy Hippie sweater and my Happy Scrappy sweater and all those kinds of, all those funky clothes. You can come up here. You can come up here. Want to see the people, Goldie? Good girl. Come on. She's looking at me. She wonders who I'm talking to. You like tutorials. You're visual, yeah. Well, I have a Happy Hippie sweater that you might enjoy because it does triple stitches, double crochet, and it does granny stripe in it, and it changes colors, and it's really funky and fun. Yeah. Oh, good. I know. There's not many of us around. That's I can't change it. I taught myself to crochet from diagrams. I'm old, right? So I could only learn from like diagrams, and then I'm left-handed, so I had to convert it over because there was no consideration for left-handed people when I learned. And this is how I ended up doing it, and it's the only way I can do it. So, and I have heard you're the second person I think who's told me that you actually hold your yarn this way. I tried wrapping it around my finger and it doesn't work for me. Let's just make sure I'm going through the back loop because I get talking and you never know what I'm doing, right? That's it. Just put it back just in case. I think I might have forgotten what I was doing. Yeah, I think about here. This is a danger, right? You get talking and the dogs are barking. You see, the back loop only makes it look like that. It's got that nice raised area. Yes. Yeah, well, my patterns are very straightforward. Under my tutorial for the Happy Hippie sweater, under each of my tutorials, there is a link to the pattern on my blog. All except for the latest gloves that I've done because the pattern isn't on my blog yet. Yeah, I started doing that wrong there. Lucky I caught myself. Yes, and I like tutorials too. You're connecting with a person in a different way than a pattern, right? So I thought I sort of was transitioning over here. I arrived on Saturday, and then Sunday I had all my kids over because they're all on the mainland here. I'm on an island, and they all came because we had a birthday for one of my daughters, so that was nice. Wait, let's make sure. Yeah, it looks good. Hi there, Rochelle. Yeah, I'm using my new yarn. I started, just ignore the dogs. I'm sorry. They bark whenever anybody comes on the road. I told that person I was going to do the Harmony hooded pocket shawl, so I started it, but the rows are so long, look, Rochelle, that I thought if I've got to do 4 rows of back loop only half double crochet, I might as well do a live while I'm doing it. Thank you so much. And share your blanket. Join my Carroway Crochet group. Carroway Crochet group. It's a community on Facebook, and you can share your pictures of your blankets and things. Okay, thank you. Bye. Anyone else on here crocheting anything at the moment? I'm loving the way these colors are coming out of the cake. Sometimes you don't know what to expect, right? I'll show you when I finish the row how it's looking. Thank you. Yeah, it's Carroway Crochet Community, it's called. Oh. I think I need to have a cushion to put behind me on this couch. There's a row, the first row is double crochet, and then there's 5 rows of back loop only half double. The first row is half double crochet, and then there's 5 rows of back loop only half double crochet. And because it's 168 stitches, started with a chain of 169, and then you work into the second stitch chain and you've lost the stitch, sort of thing. So it's 168, so it takes quite a while to work down. Nearly getting there. Hi there, Manju. How are you? I'm working on a Harmony hooded pocket shawl right now. I am making a tutorial for it, and I can't, show me making the whole thing when it takes hours and hours and hours. I try and keep my videos manageable length, and so I had to go away and crochet 5 rows of half double crochet in the back loop only on 168 stitch row. So I thought, I'm going to do a live, have a bit of conversation and some company while I'm working on it. Here we are at the end, and chain 1, and then I turn, so I can show you all what it's starting to look like. It's kind of not really jewel tones, more muted, woodland. I think it's called Catwalk. I don't know why it's called Catwalk. I might be wrong. I haven't got the label with me for this right now, but the white's coming in there, the creamy color. It's not really white. But you can get the look that once the actual shawl, when there's lots of rows, it's going to look really effective. Yes, I love it too, Michelle. I'm excited. Yeah. So, next row. Now we're into sort of a soft, muted. It's quite neutral. I think it's neutral would be a good way to describe it. Thanks, Lulu. No, I'm not changing color. It's this cake that I just bought, these 3 cakes. I just picked them up. I had them delivered to my daughters. It's about half an hour ride away, because I'm not on the mainland normally. I'm on the mainland because I'm dog sitting right now. So I ordered some yarn to be sent to my daughter because I can get it really fast. Where I live, it takes quite a while to get stuff because I'm on an island. Yeah. Hi there, Anisha. You're eating your dinner right now. I should probably be eating my dinner, but I'm determined to get up to the next stage. The next stage after this is where you do granny stripe. So I want to get at least up to the end of row 6, and then I'll stop for lunch, and then I'll have, I'll get on with the granny stripe stitch. It's only 1 row of that, and then it's back to something else. I can't remember what it is. But I'm trying to shoot a video tutorial, so that's what I'm doing. Yummy pasta. So I don't know, I'm double guessing myself here because I get chatting and then I don't know if I'm actually doing it right. It's half double crochets in the back loop only. That was 1 row. That's how long it took me to do 1 row. 19 minutes. Wow. But it'll be nice to see one in this color. Ah, yes, I love pasta too. You live in a tiny French village? Whereabouts are you? In a, I was in a French village for 6 months in 2014. No, 2013, end of 2013. La Bastide Espérance, which was near Carcassonne. That's where I was, and it was a very small little village up in the Black Mountains. Oscar. Yes, we have to get a ferry to get to where I live, so. Oh, you're an artist. Beautiful. I envy people that can do portraits. You're from Tennessee, Sandra. That's where it's getting a lot of cold right now. Freezing rain and that, isn't it? Snow. I'll have to check. Where do you share your art, Rebecca? I used to do art, but it was abstract. I used to do abstract painting. And then when COVID hit, I couldn't show it anywhere, and it was, so I turned over to my crochet design and started designing patterns and doing crochet. All my art stuff is locked away in another room because if I start doing art, I'll never do any more crochet. So I'm just making it wait for a while. It's all good. Only so many hours in a day. Wow, this looks like there's bits of purple in here too. You're from Pittsburgh, but moved here to marry an Englishman who retired from English teaching here. Oh, you're kidding me. In Mayenne, in the middle western part of France. Oh, okay. I have an English cousin that was a art teacher at university, and he married someone and moved to more like, I think, on the Mediterranean, one of the little towns there. So that's quite the change. I was married to an Englishman too. So what a beautiful place to live. Beautiful. Yes, I loved it when I was in that little village. We had a spring that came out of the wall, and people would walk with their bottles to fill their water bottles up from the spring that just came out. They had a pipe and everything to it. Hello, how are you doing? And the other thing I loved in this villages in France was they all had these lavoirs, little sheds where, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's my neighbor. I'm gonna have to shut down my on my blog. I'm really sorry. She's just coming up. Bye. Yes? Yes? What's happening? Yes? Oh, you're kidding me. That's so kind.
This one's from Tim Hortons, and it's about half the size.
Oh, that was so delicious.
Well, that's half the size.
I really enjoyed it. You're so kind. Thank you so much.
Thanks for is, isn't she?
Well, she is defending her. She gets rabid almost because she's defending her territory. Like she, I know it's wrong, but I'm just saying it's the intensity of her.
Oh,
Yeah, you can hear it when she's on the other side of the door. It's like, let me get at whoever that is in my house because they don't belong in my house, and I'm just.
you know what? One day she's gonna bite some of it. Well, the nurse, if she.
Yeah, I know that's what. I'm totally understandable.
If she bites some little kid or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, but she knows you're safe because you live here, right?
No, but the thing is, if she's barking when I come in and I say, Goldie, she shuts right up.
Yeah.
Because they don't discipline her.
Yeah.
They don't. They let her get away with everything.
Yeah. Well, I tell her off, so.
I do too. But the day that the nurse got bit, I ran outdoors
Yeah.
and I could hear her barking and everything. And we came in and Mick, he never said I'm sorry. He picked the dog up, and I'm not exaggerating. He walks in and he slams the door. He never came down to see how she was or said I'm sorry. It's like it was our fault.
Yeah.
So you know what the nurse said? She's never seen him in person since, so she said, if I ever see that man, I'm going to tell him he's the most ignorant asshole I've ever met.
Yeah.
Just not ignorant.
I is ignorant. It's on it. Not
But if my dog did
I
something,
know.
or you know, I would say I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
would never said it was like it was our fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was yelling at Goldie, stop, stop.
Yeah.
And you know what?
He
He
doesn't like.
lectured me one day because I yelled. I said, Goldie, he said, you don't yell at my dog. Yes.
Well, we'll have to get together. Sorry, I was doing a live on YouTube. That's why I didn't come down. But I just said I have to go.
Anyway, Goldie, you
Yeah.
listen to me. She knows.
Yeah, she does.
Just
Yeah,
don't know that
yeah,
I
she
didn't
does.
do
Yeah, yeah.
Dogs are like little kids. You gotta discipline.
They have to have the guidelines, right? They have to know the boundaries of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, right? Well, you're spoiling me. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Yes, I'm sure that it was nice. I'm sorry, where I'm living, there's somebody living in the downstairs. They rent their downstairs out, and she just knocked on the door and was shouting at me because she'd got me an apple fritter, which was so sweet of her, right? So anyway, I'm really sorry. Let me know if you can see me. It says I'm live. So if any of you are still here, please let me know that you can see me and that everything's good, because I thought that was so rude to just run away like that. Now I have to find my crochet hook. I don't know what, oh, there it is. Yay, that's great, Rebecca, sorry. And I can't be angry with it because she was giving me an apple fritter, which is very sweet of her, so that's nice. Yeah, we get on pretty nicely. She's an older woman too. So there we go. Here we are on the next row, and you can see the colors. I love how they're coming out. Yes. Okay, let me catch up on what you've been talking about. There, you're in Gastine, France. You've just finished a granny stripe scarf in blue, white, and green. Beautiful. Sounds great, Debbie. Portraits of anyone, Charlie. What? They were all stolen? And it's gorgeous in summer, fields and sunflowers. Oh, I've always wanted to see fields of sunflowers. Yeah, there's a lavoir. Yeah, aren't they incredible? That's where they used to go do their laundry as a community. I mean, all the women would go. Yeah. Oh gosh, what have I done now? Learned how to make slip knots. Yeah, well, you'll get used to it, you know. Yeah, we're all good vibes in here, Rochelle. That's what it's all about. Got your green card. Oh, that's fine. Yep, I'm back. Yes. Hi there, Marie. Oh, that's great. Oh, wow. What a wonderful group of people we have in here. Every time I do a live, it's just so wonderful to meet all the interesting people that are crocheters as well as everything else. Hi, Lady Blue. You're trying to find out if you can put a printed picture on your crochet work. I don't know because it's got all the stitches. I don't know if that would work the same as fabric. And knitting, you can kind of embroider a picture on with knitting because the stitches are all little V's. I've seen people do that. But crochet, it's called tapestry crochet to put a picture. I don't think you can print on it, but you might be able to. I'm not an expert on that. Good. 49ers football team. I don't know what that is. And someone from Belgium as well as France here. Yes, crochet is my therapy too. Hi there, Westmal Wem Meswa Weemalwem. Hi there. Cherry red, white, and buff. Sounds pretty. Greetings from Belgium. Hello. And somebody else on here who holds her yarn the same way as me. So that you're the second person to say that. Today that we had a woman on earlier, Mrs. Marion, and she said she holds her yarn the same way. So, whew, I'm not that weird. Because all these other people wrap it around their finger and do all these tricky things with the tension, and I just do it like this. So, good job, Sharon. Right. That's a good idea. Print a picture on the fabric and then sew that onto the crochet project. Good idea. All the Americans are the football teams. I don't know any of these football teams at all. I know the baseball teams because the Toronto Blue Jays were in the finals with the Dodgers. So I was watching all of those games, but normally it's hockey for me and baseball when anything exciting is happening. Exactly. I couldn't do it. I mean, I've tried looking at these other ways, thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I'm just really old fashioned because I am old. But no, this is it for me. And I feel you've got more control over the tension and what's going on anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, blankets. My blankets, I just hold on to them just to show as demos and use them in videos to share with people and that. I use one of the lap blankets that I made years ago on a chair, over a chair. I've got baby blanket tutorials on here. I don't think I have a large blanket tutorial. Yes, me too. Off you go, Oscar. Nice to chat with you. Have a nice cup of tea. Very jealous. See how long these rows take? It's just crazy. These are all back loop only half double crochets that I'm doing, and anybody who's just joining us, I'm working on my Harmony hooded pocket shawl, which is a free pattern on my blog, but I haven't got a video tutorial, and somebody had asked me, they've seen me wearing it, I think, on here, and wanted to know if there was a tutorial. So I thought, okay, that's going to be my next big tutorial. Nice chatting, Michelle. Hope to see you next time. Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. We've got 3 people then, that and myself. So we're forming a club. Yeah. The thing about crochet that everybody who crochets pretty well knows is it's a very forgiving fiber art, and there's not really a right and a wrong way to do anything. You do it so it works for you, and that's all you have to worry about. Because it's passed on from one person to another, and everybody learns it differently, and it doesn't really matter, because as long as you're making what you want to make, it's all good. I do knit as well, but I don't design patterns in knitting. I really just knit to make hats and gloves for the market, because I only sell at the market in the summer and the fall. I don't actually sell products except on our local market. So I've got some really nice Fair Isle knit hats and things that I sell. And I have fun making them, but if I had to make them all the time, it wouldn't be fun. The gradient, yes, this is really pretty. It's very subtle. It's called Roll With It Melange. Yeah, Roll With It Melange. And it's neutrals, but there's little bits of rusty colors and mauvey colors. And I'm going to hold it up. I'm nearly finished this row. And I'll hold it up and you can just see it again. For people that have just joined us. There we go. and the end. Chain one, and so this is what it's looking like. You can see this is the edge of the shawl. So when the shawl is on, it's like this. Okay. We're going sideways, making it sideways. Yeah, I like the way it's changing color. There's a bit of gold in there. Little bits of pinky movie colors. Yeah, it's very pretty. I'm using a K, and I think it was 17 inches wide, if I remember correctly. Wide. It has big pockets on it. Yeah, so, you know, you work in up to row 6 with the back loop only, and then I do a row of granny stripe, and then I do some other stuff, and then I work. Once I get to the middle, I just do it sort of the same thing, but backwards to the other edge, right? Yeah, I'm making a harmony hooded pocket shawl. It's a pattern of mine that's been out for a couple of years, but I've never made a tutorial. So I'm doing this tutorial right now, and I had to show people what to get up to this back loop only row, and then we had to do 4 rows of back loop only half double crochet. Well, I'm not going to sit there and make them watch me do that, so I came away to do it, and I thought, oh, I might as well do a live, and it turns out it's like it's 20 minutes a row to do. So yeah, 40 minutes, and I've done 2 rows. Yes, and these color changing ones make it much more interesting. One thing I've never really done with this is make hats. And I thought I might try that one day. Thanks, Maney. I love crocheting too. And I like crocheters. Yeah. Yes, all beautiful colors. The first one I made was in reds and yellows and oranges and corally colors, and was quite like really quite colorful. Hi, Southern Belle. Beads. You're crocheting a patchwork cardigan. Wonderful. I made a vest, but I never really finished it properly. I should do that. I'm making a pocket shawl. It's a hooded pocket shawl. So it's quite long that I'm working on right now, because this is going from the side to the middle and then out to the side. But somebody had asked if I would do a video tutorial here for my YouTube channel. So I filmed the chaining section and what materials you need, and I filmed getting up to this back loop only half double crochet, but I need to work to row 6. So I thought I'll do a live 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm only on row 4, so I've got 2 more rows to do, which is another 40 minutes. So hi, Marjorie, you're back. You see, this is good. We're getting the same people back. I love it. They do the color work for you, and you don't have to weave in any ends either. Yeah. Yeah, I love hats, but I usually make them out of super bulky yarn. I have done a couple of crochet chemo hats out of 4-weight, and I have a short beanie with a little fold-up rim, you know, the little short beanies. That's actually here on my YouTube channel. Very popular tutorial, my short beanie, fisherman style. Yes, it's good. And I've always wanted to make a patchwork cardigan too. Are you doing just regular squares, not granny squares? I love that. What is the best size baby blanket? I think there's all different sizes. So I've made the receiving blanket sizes like 24 inches by 24 inches. Some people say 36 inches by 36 inches. So I've made some that size. And I have just recently made one that's 33 by 36 inches. I haven't got it here with me, but it's a sedge stitch one. And that's quite big for a baby's cot, you know. But really, if you just go on to Google and put crochet baby blanket sizes, it'll come up with like a little security blanket size, a receiving blanket size, a stroller size, a size for cots, all the different sizes. So that's my best advice, Lady Blue. I've done 36-inch squares. I sort of like them when they're a bit longer than wide, so that I did 33 by 36 or 37 inches. This one I just made for my nephew's baby, but I have made a 36-inch square one, smaller than that, with my granny square. I did a granny square one that came out, and that was a smaller blanket. So I've got about 5 or 6 blankets up. I've got Sarah's blanket, Eric's blanket, Alfie's. They're for all my kids in the family, right? My nephews and nieces that have all had babies. Alfie and Florence and Rose, and the last one I just made was for Juliet. So, and they're all different, yeah. So it's up to you what you like. And if anybody's just joined us, I'm doing it's my Harmony hooded pocket shawl. Yeah. I like, you know, like I did a security blanket pattern. I have never made it for anybody, given it to anyone, but it's made out of burlap blanket yarn. Excuse the dogs. I'm dog sitting, and yeah, it's they feel like they're guarding the world, I think is what their job is. So I am in the middle of doing a tutorial for this pocket shawl. So I'm on a break from filming while I actually complete up to the end of row 6. And they take 20 minutes to do a row. So I thought I might as well do a live while I'm making this. There. And I love it. This is back loop only, half double crochet until the end of row 6. And then I will be doing a row of granny stripe stitch. And I can't remember what comes after that. So I'm doing the tutorial, which will come out on my YouTube channel probably next week. And left and right-handed versions, because that's what I like to do. Exactly. Yeah, very beautiful colors. Kind of, it's not jumbo, no, it's 4-weight. Jumbo yarn, for a baby, I use burlap blanket yarn for the one that I made for Eric. If you go on carrowaycrochet.com, it's called Eric's Baby Blanket. It's the latest one that I've put on there. And that's made with burlap blanket yarn. And I use different colors. I think, I can't remember what stitch I used. I'm not going to say what it was because it's probably going to tell you wrong. But I made it smaller. And it worked up fast because it was burlap blanket yarn. And I made it, the idea for it was that it was a blanket that he could lay on the floor when he wants to learn to roll over and all that kind of stuff. This yarn that I'm doing is Red Heart Roll With It Melange Cake. And I got 3 of them. Yeah. You're making stuff with clay. Oh my goodness. Good for you. Oh gosh. 3 hours. I have shorts patterns and tops on my blog, bralettes and shorts. I have 3 different short patterns. I think I have 1 of them on YouTube. Oh, good for you, Sharon. She's looking things up for us. If I had an assistant, that's what they would be doing. Stroller size 30 by 35 inches, cot size 32 by 40 inches. So what's the 36 by 36? Is that the receiving blanket? If you've got the blanket sizes open. I've got a video on here on how to do a magic ring, left and right-handed versions. If you go to my videos and just scroll down to find the one for the magic ring. If you're on a computer, on a laptop, I know that there's a search bar at the top of my YouTube channel where you can, with a magnifying glass, where you could just put magic ring or loop, and I think it would come up for you instead of having to scroll all the way through all of my. The toddler play blanket is 40 by 47. Okay, I know that Daisy, the Daisy lady, Daisy Cottage Crafts or whatever, that she makes 36 by 36 blankets. I just wondered what they were, if they're on your list there. I think essentially you can do what you want, really. But I always like to make them to the pattern. But I know the last one I made was 33 by 36, and it looks really nice, and I think it's going to be beautiful for them. So that's what we've got. Yes, for tummy time, right? When they're learning to rolling over and stuff, before they can roll off the blanket. Or even when they're sitting, when they're first sitting and they're propped up and they're just playing with their toys. I started crocheting. Okay, a 36 by 36 comes up as a blankie. Good. At least I wasn't crazy thinking that was something. Yeah, I started crocheting, I guess, in the 70s when I had my first two kids. They were 18 months apart, and we were building a house in England with bricks, and we were living in kind of a broken down old house while we were building the house. And I got crocheting there because anyone who has kids 18 months apart knows that it's a bit of a blur. And I just wanted something at the end of the month to show that I actually had done something other than running around looking after kids. So that's when I started crocheting, and that's why I had to learn looking at a picture of a hook with the yarn over it. Yeah, exactly. You want them to be able to wrap around them. So, but then I didn't crochet like anything for myself. I knit at the time. I knit a beautiful baby blanket at the time out of very fine baby yarn. And I crocheted a bit, but I used to knit mostly back in those days. And then my dad wanted a lap blanket because his legs were cold when he was getting older. He's been dead since 2000, so that's 25 years ago. So I would say probably 30 years ago, I started crocheting again. I had to look up on how to do a double crochet, and I literally just used 2 balls of yarn to make a bulky yarn, and I made him a lap blanket out of double crochet. So that kind of got me back into crochet. And then to be intensely into crochet, because I really didn't do anything after I made that for my dad. I didn't carry on doing any crocheting. In the end of, September 2014, my mom died, and my ex-husband was diagnosed with cancer. And that's when I really got into crocheting. I just sort of locked myself in a room at my daughter's house and crocheted and knit. And so that's kind of thanks to that that I got crocheting. Then COVID came, so I started designing patterns and blogging and started a YouTube channel. Previously, I'd had a YouTube channel for children's finger rhymes and stories because I used to teach preschool and kindergarten and grade 1. But that's been ignored for years, and I'm just doing Carroway Crochet YouTube. Yeah, so it's kind of been stop and go because it's all my life I have had lots of other interests, music, art. So you're making your niece a blanket, Ronan. That's nice. Got to catch up. Oh, I love that idea, Sharon. But you're in Belgium? Whereabouts in Belgium? I've been to Bruges because I got the ferry from England. I used to live in England. And I went to Antwerp. And then we went on to Luxembourg and Germany. There were 3 of us when I was 18. Aw, that's so great. Oh, I didn't know there was such a thing. That's a cool idea. I should maybe look at it, see if I'm doing it right. People always seem to say my patterns are easy to understand, so. And people say my video tutorials on how to crochet are easy to understand. I go very slowly and explain it very clearly and how to turn your hook and so you can catch the yarn and all those kind of little tricks, right? There's loads of great people on YouTube. No, I don't have a video on how to, sorry, I thought you said you'd seen a video. I don't have a video on how to write crochet patterns, no. I learned from diagrams on a picture, and I was left-handed and they were only right-handed diagrams because it was way back in the 70s. And I just had to look at the you know how you've got those pictures of the hook and the yarn? I don't even know if they had hands in them. I don't know. It was just, I had to figure it out. And I was left-handed as well, so. I knit right-handed because when I was learning to knit, nobody even thought about the fact that I was left-handed might, in fact, affect me. Oh, Bruges is very beautiful. It's where the ferry comes in, right? And then we had to go from there and we went to Antwerp. Hello to Poland. Poland is a country with some beautiful crochet artists, and Ukraine as well. Absolutely amazing. And Turkey, these are the places that seem to have so much unique technique. And Russia. I've seen some beautiful Russian crochet shared. And I'm friends with a lot of people in India that are crochet designers. It's all around the world. I don't put any diagrams in my crochet patterns. Hi, Madagascar, wow. No, I'm from Canada, but my parents were from England. They immigrated to England after the war, so I have been and lived in England when they got homesick. I went back to England when I was a baby, and then they came back to Canada, and then I went back to England when I was 17, and then I came back to Canada. My family have always been sort of back and forth. The only two people that haven't been back and forth were my sister, who, when we first came to Canada, stayed in Canada, back to Canada after we went to England. She was born here and lived here till she was 7, but she moved back at 18 with my parents when they came back again. And she never has moved away from Canada. And my brother, who was 15 when we went when I was 17, he has never moved away from England. He stayed in England. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've knitted since I was 8. That's a long time. Yes, it is. I love it. I do still knit, yeah, but I don't knit myself clothes. I crochet clothes because I design patterns with crochet. I knit like Fair Isle woolen hats and pretty much that's it really with the knitting. It's just hats. Oh, and baby hats. The baby hats with the 2 little pom-poms on them. I knit those too out of the super bulky Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. I did knit a lot. When I was at college, I knit myself one of those cardigans with all, a sweater, sorry, with all the cabling on them. Aran, like the Aran sweaters with all the cables. When I was like 19. Yeah. You lived in Wales for 15 years. Whereabouts in Wales? My brother went to university in Wales. Knitting is slower, but it's, you know, I used to enjoy doing a lot. I did a lot of knitting. I used to knit more than crochet. But on the other hand, it is very meditative too, right? But you really have to count your rows and keep track of your pattern. Because I do it, like try and do tutorials and try and do patterns and then have to do all the promo, I don't have a lot of time. Oh yeah, it was really beautiful, you know, all the different rows of cables going down. It was all in like that Aran color that the Aran sweaters are. We all knit when I was at college, so it was kind of a neat little community. It's a small college in Scarborough in Yorkshire in England for teacher training. And knitting was very popular, knitting tank tops in the late 60s, early 70s. The stripy tank tops. And the little short sweaters. And I knit, like I say, for my babies. I never thought of crocheting at that time. Don't even think, oh, I did know because there was a lot of crochet dresses were out in England at that time. So that's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows. 1 more row to go before I go to a different stitch. Yay. But I'm wondering if it's 117, whether I should do another row or not. I'm doing, this is going to be a pocket shawl. It's a hooded pocket shawl. It's called my Harmony Hooded Pocket Shawl. And that's why it's so long, because it's a pocket shawl. And then I put a hood on it. But I'm doing a tutorial. Someone requested that I do a tutorial, and I got these cakes of yarn. I bought 3 because she wanted this specific tutorial, so I bought enough yarn to make it. And then I got it, and I shared it in a short this morning because I was tempted to do something different. But everybody said, you know what? And I thought I had a request, a very polite request to please do a tutorial for this pocket shawl. So I showed the beginning and how many chain and all of that stuff. It's all done. And then I said, okay, now you have to go away and work until you get 6 rows of this back loop only half double crochet, because this is the edge of the shawl. And then we're going to change to, I think the next row is a granny stripe row, and then there's something different. So I will do 1 more row, and then I'm actually ready to go back and film the next section after I have lunch. I love this yarn too, Sharon. The more I do with it, it's really growing on me. It's really pretty. Yeah. What's the weather like in Madagascar right now? I always get Madagascar confused with Mauritius. I knew a family that came from Mauritius. They both start with M. I think that's why. But the people I knew who came from Mauritius, they spoke French in Mauritius. It's being in Canada, my kids went to French immersion school because it's, you know, there's French and English in Canada. So we thought it would be kind of neat for them to learn, to be able to be fluent in French. And their daughter went there because they spoke French in the home. But of course, with her growing up in Canada, she wasn't really speaking that much of it. So French immersion was a great option. When you woke up to... I think you got cut off there. Oh, I thought somebody said they lived in Madagascar. I misunderstood that, sorry. Snow and very cold. Yeah, that's what they're having. -17. We've had really warm weather on the west coast of Canada here, but in Toronto, they've had so many feet of snow, like they're getting in the States right now. Like a lot of snow. Canada is such a big country that there's not the same weather in any province. Are all different. You might be, but I don't know. Sometimes people can be Asian from all countries, right? But welcome, welcome. I live off the west coast of British Columbia. Right now I'm in a city called Mission, which is about 30 kilometers from east of Vancouver, which is probably the place most of you know. And my actual home is on one of the islands in the Southern Gulf Islands, between Vancouver and Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island is a huge island. England would fit into Vancouver Island easily. So it's a very big island, and in between Vancouver Island and the mainland with Vancouver, there are lots and lots of little islands. Some of them are called the Southern Gulf Islands where I live. Some of them are called the Northern Gulf Islands. because they're kind of in a little cluster together. And they're beautiful to live on. Nice to catch. Nice you're here, Eleanor. Hi, Eleanor. I missed you coming on here. And yes, hello, BDY Disu. Nice to have you here. Yes, Eric's baby blanket is nice. That's great. And if you don't want to get all the different colors and change all the colors, you could just make it solid if you wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it costs too much to buy all the different colors, but I loved it and it worked up so quickly and she loves it. The mama loves it. So that's nice. Yeah, you have friends in Victoria. I do too. I'm making a hooded pocket shawl. And why I'm doing it on the live is I have started shooting the video tutorial and I had to do 5 rows of back loop only, half double crochet, which takes, each row is taking me 20 minutes at the moment. So I thought, oh, I might as well just go and have a live and chat to my friends while I'm doing this. And then when I finish this row 6, I can go and start row 7, but I'll do that after lunch. I haven't had my lunch yet. Oh, you've been visiting Revenant. Oh, yes, it is pretty there, isn't it? Yeah. Where? In Vancouver, Victoria? Can you tell me about this brother and sister that disappeared? If that was in Victoria, I haven't heard the story. I learned to crochet in the 70s. That's a long time ago. Hi, Floppy. You're catching me all the time. I knew if I was in here long enough, you'd come back. Hi, Meg. Hi, we got lots of new people on. This is awesome. And Floppy Edits, I'm doing, I'm shooting a tutorial for my Harmony Hooded Pocket Shawl. And I got to a point where I had to go away and work 5 rows of back loop only. So they're going to meet me at the end. So here I am doing my 5 rows of back loop only, but it's taking me 20 minutes a row because there's 168 stitches on this each row. I have never been to that. I went to the museum. We used to go, my mom and dad would take us from, because we lived outside of Vancouver. I grew up on the mainland. And we would get the ferry over to Victoria and we'd go on holiday to Qualicum Beach. But I haven't been to the miniature world in Victoria. And your wrist is still hurting, but you got your support. Well, that's good. So hopefully it'll make a difference for you. Florence, right? Your name is Florence? Go to sleep. Yeah, tell me. Yes, yeah, I'll try and remember to put it on my community. That's great. You had a grandma to teach you. My mom, she was a she did knitting, but not a lot. She didn't really like it. I don't know why you would do it if you didn't like it, but there you go. Everything that she knit seemed to take at least 2 years for her to finish it, so. But she did do a couple of sweaters for my dad. She never knit anything for me. Oh my goodness, we've got kind of a bluey green coming on now. Look at this. It's really pretty. I'll show you, Florence. This is the cake I'm using. Yeah, I learned when I had my first 2 kids, and then 10 years later I had 2 more that were born in Canada. Good night, Madagascar. Have a good sleep. Looks like gray blue, yeah. Let me think. Oh, it's a real slate color. There's a little bit of everything in there. It is more of a gray blue than green, really. Yeah, I do remember she made a maroon and yellow Indian sweater pattern for my dad. And then she made him a gray pullover, I think. I think probably my dad just guilted her into doing it. I don't know. Maybe he thought it was part of her duty as a wife. Who knows, back in those days, right? I have a sister, and she knits and crochets. And I have another sister who spins, weaves, dyes yarn, weaves, and knits garments. And she's in England. So she can actually get a fleece and spin it, dye it, you know. She does all the carding and everything. And then she spins it, and then she knits, or she weaves with it. And then she's made a skirt and a jacket with her woven fabrics. She sent me tea towels that she's made on her loom. It's amazing what you can do. And she also quilts, so she puts me to shame. Oh dear, here I am, and I'm not reading again. Six-year-old Lily Sullivan. Oh, that was on the East Coast. Yeah, that's Newfoundland, I think. Yeah, that's a mystery. I don't understand what's going on with that. It's so great to chat with you, Desu, BDY Desu. Bye for now. Please join us if you see us again. It's great to have people that know one another in the chats. Night, night. Everybody's going off to bed, except for Florence, who's awake because of her wrists. My sister did actually teach me how to dye yarn, and she taught me how to spin, but I just don't have the patience and the time to sit and spin yarn. I love dyeing it with all the colors, and I did make some wall hangings with some of the yarn that I did, but I'm trying to be a little bit disciplined about not doing absolutely everything. You're cooking supper in Ontario. Are you where it's really, really cold? Good night, Desu. Are you where you're having the snowstorms right now? I saw Toronto had like feet and feet of snow. We usually have snow. We haven't had any snow this year. In fact, I took the dogs out for a walk yesterday, and the daffodils are this tall, growing. Oh, it's lagging? Oh, it's a hooded pocket shawl. So this is like, it's very long. So I'm just working from the side, sort of towards the middle. And it's a hooded pocket shawl. And someone has requested that I make a tutorial for it. So I started shooting the tutorial this morning. And I got to the point where I had to make 5 rows of back loop only half double crochet. So I got them started. And then I said, I will meet you back at the end of row 6. And I'm currently working on row 6. But I haven't had my lunch yet, and it's 1:30, so I was up early this morning. So when I finish this row, it takes me 20 minutes to do a row. I'm going to end my live and go and get my lunch. And then after lunch, if I feel like it, I will carry on, or I might just wait till tomorrow for the next step. Because the dogs, I'm kind of ignoring the dogs, right? She likes to sit on my lap, and I'm dog sitting Florence for my friend. And I might actually bring Goldie up so you can see it. Yeah, it does look gorgeous, doesn't it? Oh, there you go. I will have my tutorial up in probably a week. Takes a long time to make it. You might see me in a few more lives making bits of it. Then you've got to make the hood, and then you've got to make the big pockets, and then you've got to sew the pockets on. I didn't put a fringe on my last one. I probably won't put a fringe on this one either. But you can. Oh, Sharon's off. Take care. Thanks, Sharon, for all your help with the blanket sizes. Thanks for being here. Oh, I do remember you. Of course I remember you. Yeah, I'm not far from the end. I've only got a little bit more to do, and then I will show you the color of everything. And then I'm gonna get myself, I might show you the dog. I might show you Goldie because she's kind of cute. And I think one of the next things I want to try doing is making some of those bell-bottom flared leg warmers. So I think that would be fun. I might even do a stash busting pair. Do a couple of different patterns. The leg warmers that I have up on here were made with kind of a similar yarn to this. It was a cake that changed color. They're very nice. Love the colors of those leg warmers. Here we are at the end. We have rain today, which we haven't had for, I've been here, it's been sunny. I've been here since Saturday, and it's been sunny every day. So there, look at this. It's back loop only, so it's making the little ridges, right? You can sort of see. And then look at all the colors there is in this. Oh, this is the top. Let's do it from there. So we've got the bluey gray in there. We've got the golden color. We've got the white sort of fawn color. Well, thank you for commenting on my videos, because I really appreciate it when people comment on my videos. You're doing shorts, Ronan, yes. Whose pattern are you using for your shorts? I'd be interested to see it. Nice to see you, Eleanor. Thanks for coming into the comments. I know some people are watching and they're not commenting because not everybody feels like doing that. Yeah, of course, you've got to rest your wrist. Yes, it's coming along. No, I'm at my friend's. I'm dog sitting for 2 weeks. Yes, leg warmers are making the comeback, but they're now starting to make the flared ones, which are really super cute too, and they totally tie in with my happy hippie sweater and my happy scrappy sweater and all my bralettes and shorts and stuff that I have, all my boho style stuff. So here's Goldie. Do you want to come up? Do you want to come here for a minute and say hi to the people? She's fast asleep. Do you want to come over here? Maybe I'll move the camera. I'll see if I can do that. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. This is Goldie. She's lazy. She's having a sleep. She's a little dachshund. She's very cute. So thank you, everybody, for joining me today. We've been on here 85 minutes. The time has flown by. Yes, you finished the blanket, so that's great. Now you can have a break and then think of something else to do. She is a sweetheart, Rochelle. That's why I'm here. I just love her so much. Yeah, you're a good girl, aren't you? Do you want to come on over here? It's a good girl. Yeah. Yeah. Look. See? Look at the camera so people can see you. There. What a good girl. Yes, you are a good girl. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Yes, I understand, Fluffy, yes. Yes, she's lovely. Except when she barks. She barks all the time. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and see you again sometime. I'm going to say goodbye. Off to bed if you're in a place where you should be in bed, and off to supper or whatever you're doing. I'm going to go have my lunch. So thank you. Oh, my battery's nearly dead as well. It's right on red. Okay, bye.